when Thomas saw Stanley, he was with Sir Topham Hatt. Sir Topham Hatt saw Thomas. "Come here," he boomed. "Hello, Thomas," steamed Stanley. Thomas tooted back, but very quietly. "Stanley has done a good job. Work is moving fast," Sir Topham Hatt declared. "So I have decided," he added, "that Stanley will stay in charge and you will help him." Thomas's funnel flattened. Stanley was to stay in charge? Thomas had lost the most important job of all, the job he wanted more than anything else. That afternoon, Stanley asked Thomas to shunt some freight cars. "You're the best shunter ever, Thomas," Stanley chuffed cheerily. "I will be back for the freight cars very soon." Thomas was very good at shunting freight cars, and he also really liked shunting freight cars, but he didn't really like Stanley telling him what to do. Thomas chuffed unhappily to the freight cars. He wanted things back the way they were, before Stanley had arrived on the island. Thomas shunted lots of freight cars. Stanley had to take them up the steep hill out of the town to the wharf. Suddenly, an idea flew into Thomas's funnel. "If I shunt an extra long line of freight cars, Stanley will never be able to pull them," he puffed to himself. "Everyone will see he's not so strong after all. Then I will be in charge again." Soon, the cars were ready. They were very, very heavy. Stanley chuffed back. "My, that's a long train," he puffed. "Not for a strong engine like you," tooted Thomas. But Thomas knew it was too long and too heavy. Stanley started up the hill. It was very steep. Stanley was doing his best. Stanley was using all his huff and all his puff. The trucks clanked, creaked. The train was far too heavy. Stanley's wheels spun and slid. Suddenly, the coupling snapped, and Stanley's trucks rolled away, faster and faster. The engines gasped as Stanley's train came racing down the hill. It smashed into the tower. As the tower crashed to the ground, bricks and dust exploded everywhere. All the hard work was wasted. The engines gasped in horror, and Thomas felt worst of all. He knew it was all his fault. Sir Topham Hatt and Miss Jenny came to see what had happened. "This is a disaster," boomed Sir Topham Hatt. "Thomas," he asked, "why did you shunt so many freight cars for Stanley?" Thomas felt terrible. He knew why he had done it, but he couldn't tell Sir Topham Hatt and the other engines. He felt too ashamed, so he said nothing. Sir Topham Hatt was very cross. The other engines started to whisper. "Thomas doesn't like Stanley," snorted James. "That's why he shunted too many freight cars for him." "Why would Thomas do such a thing?" asked Toby. "Thomas would never do that," peeped Percy, but he was worried. Thomas felt very bad.